Welcome to Financially Legal, the podcast of inspiration and tactical advice for the entrepreneurial, mission-driven lawyer. Case management is becoming the heart, even the operating system of modern law firms. Many law firms know that they need case management, but they're unsure about which one of the hundreds or even potentially thousands of systems that they might want to use. We at Gravity Legal know this is a problem because lawyers ask us this question all the time. I'm your Financially Legal host, Dan Lear. This limited podcast series on Financially Legal is designed to provide firms with the information and insight to choose the system that's right for them. Over the coming episodes, we'll talk with a number of case management companies. We're asking all of them the same questions with the goal of allowing viewers or listeners to evaluate their options more or less side by side. If you're curious about what legal case management software is right for your firm, listen on or head over to gravity-legal.com/LCM, legal case management, LCM, where we have several resources to help you select the right system for your firm. Today, we're talking with Dragana Milovanovic from Matter365. Founded in 2020, Matter365 is a user-friendly cloud solution that fully integrates all data from Microsoft 365 applications into a matter-centric environment. With the powerful add-on features in Microsoft 365 applications, Matter365 is one of the most comprehensive solutions on the market today. Dragana Milovanovic, I am pleased to welcome you to the Financially Legal podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me to this podcast. I'm happy to be here and to really talk a bit more about the legal practice software.
Awesome. We've had an integration and a working relationship with Matter365 for a while. So I'm sure to some degree, our very regular listeners and viewers are intimately familiar with Matter365, but I'm excited to dig in for those who might be new or wanting to learn more. Before we do that, though, I wanted to give you an opportunity just to tell folks about who you are, what you do with Matter365, maybe a little bit about your background. So I've already given folks a bit of an intro, but I always love to let my guests tell their own story. So do you want to just take a couple minutes and tell folks who you are and what you do and your background?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Dan. To everyone, my name is Dragana Milovanovic. I'm working with Matter365 for the past, will be more than a year now. And I've been taking care of the sales department. My background is quite similar. I've been working in different startups, also in the sales department. And yeah, I'm very happy where I'm now. So if any of you will ever contact Matter365, will probably come across to my inbox.
Yeah, I know it's hard to get time on your calendar because you are constantly talking to lawyers, which I guess is a hazard of this job, but I feel I am a lawyer, but I'm not going to directly make you any money. So I'm grateful that you're taking the time to talk to this lawyer. So I'd love to just dive right into Matter365. And I think as listeners aware, as I've let you know, we have a series of questions that we like to ask the folks that we host on this kind of limited legal case management series to really help lawyers orient around all of the different products and help them make an educated decision. So my first question for you is, what problem did you or the team start out to solve with Matter365? Yeah, what did you folks want to fix or achieve when you started building the product?
When looking at a legal practice, what happened is that our founders are a mix of lawyers and DE, IT engineers. What the lawyers came up with, the lower part of the company, they said, hey, we are looking at all these different softwares on the market, but we are having certain pain points. And that would be, on the first place, adapting to a new software. It's very time consuming. It takes the entire team a lot of time, and often they feel neglected, like they just don't have enough time to invest. And at the end, it comes out very stressful. Then on top of that, there is also concern about the adoption of the data security, migration, and now lately, obviously, work from home. So it was all very confusing what's happening on the market. There is a lot of standalone softwares that couldn't really respond to a lot of requests that were made by the legal practices. And then we just realized, hey, can you create a software that's actually already using and utilizing data storage and all the data that we input on our favorite applications, which is mostly Microsoft Office 365 applications. And that's how Matter365 just started. We said, okay, yeah, sure, we can make not standalone, but the software that's leaning on Microsoft 365, reading all this data. So you still use your SharePoint, OneDrive, Notes, Task, Outlook, and then you have one application that's actually reading all of that and make your team work in one place. And that's how we were born.
So here's my question, and it sounds based upon where you've ended, the answers to these are pretty straightforward, but I want to ask them anyway. Do you feel like the software maybe hasn't solved that problem, but it has made progress in solving that problem? And do you think the vision for what you wanted to do has shifted along the way? And if so, how?
I'd say that we still stayed on the same route. Initially, we wanted to be a Microsoft-based product, and we stayed that. And based on continuous feedbacks we have from our clients, they actually very much love what we made. So there is no anymore 10 different payments they need to make. Everything is just very centric. On top of that, what we've done, rather than changing route, we just add additional features and API integrations, which means we build certain timers, or let's say the reporting possibilities, the conflict search, and obviously API with with applications such as Gravity Legal and QuickBooks. So all this together actually made where we are today. No changing route, but additions, absolutely, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell us who your ideal customer is. And I don't like a lot of the folks a lot of times when I talk to case management software, they're like, we'll serve any lawyer or any small law firm. And I don't think that's particularly helpful for a business to begin with, but also for someone who's out there trying to make a decision, right? They want to know that the particular software company is trying to help their specific firm solve their specific problems. Do you focus on specific practice areas? How large is the firm? Do you look at a revenue size? Are you focused on a particular geographic area? Are they contingent? Are they hourly? Who are you specifically looking to talk to?
To be honest, I really thought long and hard about this question. Yes, we certainly cannot serve everyone. I can say that. The first kind of area that we're looking at are customers who are either using their Microsoft 365 Office and want to expand and use it more, utilize more of these applications, or those who want to move all of their business to Microsoft 365 Office. So that's the first layer that we are looking at into. And I have to mention, not everyone wants that. So if we have a customer who are interested in these, then we go to a next question. Most of our customers are up to 50 employees. Why? We don't have certain integrations such as CRM. For a bit more complex organizations, it wouldn't matter. Matter365 wouldn't really serve everything they need. Maybe certain departments, let's say a litigation team or someone within the organization, but not the entire. We cannot, let's say, accommodate the sales team and the accounting team if they are a big number of people. So ideally would be up to 50 customers without the complex need for additional departments other than legal. If we speak about geographic areas, I think that's quite straightforward. We're still predominantly focused on US, Canada, and lately Australia. So that's our main market, still was and still is. And then if we talk about the structure, like the payment, the fee structure that our customers employ, we actually have possibility for either retainer or billed hours because we have all the features for that. So I wouldn't really divide them on that area as well.
Do you see
I'm not sure if that replied to your question, but like I tried to be.
You did great. I was just going to pin you down on one specific one.
Cool.
Do you see firms, personal injury or contingency firms, where maybe they're not taking payments directly, but do take a portion of any money that they might recover on the client's behalf?
Yes, just recently I did have a client and we were developing. The thing with Matter365 is that because you're utilizing all the other applications, it's just about how will you utilize them in order for my Matter365 to read this data. So we did have, and we have an option. I know they need a lot of attachments. They need a lot of data to store. Yes, we have option, and we definitely can serve them too.
Got it. Okay. Rolling into more of some of our more feature specific questions. I'm looking for generally a yes or no here. I'm not going to be super strict, but a little bit of explanation is fine, but trying to make this pretty straightforward for listeners. So does your system handle case management and matter tracking?
Yes, we are matter-centric, and we cover all of that.
Got it. Does your system offer document management storage?
No, I'll just add quickly. No, because we are utilizing the client's own storage, which is Microsoft OneDrive or SharePoint. So we don't have our own. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. Does your system offer time tracking and billing capabilities?
Yes, we have built time tracking, and we do use QuickBooks for billing and accounting capabilities.
Got it. Does your system offer calendar and schedule management?
Yes, we use Outlook Calendar, and we use Microsoft Planner for the task management.
And you already hinted at this, that someone looking for a more sophisticated CRM, that's not what you offer, but does your system offer built-in CRM or marketing capabilities?
No, we don't.
Okay. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of again, I want to be objective here, but as far as document management, you're leveraging OneDrive, which is like one of the most common like document storage systems in the world. So I'd probably give you a yes on that one. It's just a little bit different in the way that it shows up.
Yes, yeah. That's why it was a kind of complicated to explain what's the difference between standalone, right?
And I'm being really strict here, and I'm like yes or no question. So I appreciate you adhering to the format. So let's move on to security and compliance. How does the system ensure data security, privacy, and kind of uptime continuity?
This is one of my favorite topics, and really one of the strongest USPs that Matter365 is having. So our system ensures the security, privacy, and continuity through a multi-layer approach. How? It sounds complicated, but Matter365 integrates with Microsoft 365, which means we are leveraging Microsoft robust security infrastructure, which includes actually the data encryption both in transit and when in rest. And then we have strong user authentication, which means no one cannot log X5 if they don't have logins for their Microsoft account given by company. So that's another extra layer. And then we have antivirus protection, which is actually coming from the Microsoft. In terms of privacy, we're all obviously using strict access controls. And in terms of privacy, we are one of the rare softwares that do not store anything of your data or client data or our tenants. Everything that you have to store is stored on your side, protected by Microsoft Azure, and the same happens with us. All our data is stored on Microsoft Azure, so we both are really protected in the same way. And I do think this is one of the really biggest pain points at the moment with all the data issues that we are having globally, and then the data protection itself. In terms of the privacy, we also, of course, use all the GDPR and other relevant for the data protection in that sense. And yeah, the most important thing to understand here, which is different than standalone, is that your data is staying with you.
Love it. What kind of customer support does Matter365 offer? Phone, chat, email, all three? And when can customers get access to it?
We we support all three of them. So email, phone, or chat via our software built in. The support is available 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So within these hours, we do have a quite instant response time.
And just in case we do have any Australians tuning in, can they get support in their own time zone, or do they have to log in and get US Eastern time support?
What we do for them, we do have an extended hand at call, and then we just offer additional hours for the Australian time zone.
Got it.
Because we don't understand it, so it's quite painful to cover.
Gotta look out for my Aussies. How do you?
We love them.
That's right. They're so jolly. How do you price your offering? And again, I'm looking for something simple so that folks can understand pretty easily.
Sure. Again, even with the licenses, we are quite straightforward. We are charging our customers per license. So every license is one seat at Matter365. You can either pay annually or you can pay monthly, and it's pay as you go, meaning that at any point you can add on or delete certain licenses that you need more or you don't need them anymore. So you don't need to commit or anything in advance. The price per license is a bit cheaper when it's billed annually. It's 15% discount, and it's $29.99 per month per user. And if you're paying monthly, it's $37.99 per month per user.
Got it. That was great. No, that was perfect. That was perfect. And I assume that does not include the users Office 365, right? Subscription.
That does
they
not.
They buy
Sure.
that separately. Got it. Okay.
They buy that separately, yes.
Got it. What are your most popular integrations? What are the pieces that you see beyond what you have? And this is not, I'm not trying to get you to shill for Gravity Legal. I want the straight answer. What are the pieces beyond your core that your customers use the most?
We have very carefully chosen who we're gonna integrate with. So at the moment, the two most loved applications, and that's not because you're here, it's really QuickBooks for the accounting purposes and Gravity Legal for all the payment links and straightforward payments. So these two together are the most popular integrations we're using.
And this kind of goes without saying, but obviously Office 365 as well. The system doesn't work without it. That one's pretty obvious, but beyond that one.
Beyond, yes, it's true. Without Microsoft, we don't work. So I wouldn't even say that.
Right.
We are Microsoft now.
Okay, so now I'm going to give Dragana a chance for you to just give your best sales pitch to your ideal customer. Go ahead. How would you package up Matter365 for someone who's listening that's, hey, this seems like it could be a good fit for me? Give them the hard sell.
Sure. So guys, the Matter365 is a cloud-based, matter-centric software that keeps your team daily work as simple as possible. That's our main goal. There is a very little adoption time because your whole team will continue working in Microsoft 365 environment, utilizing all the applications. There would be nothing new happening on that field. How will you see Matter365? You imagine it as an umbrella that will seamlessly collect and integrate all of your data to the matter-centric environment while keeping it protected on a robust Microsoft security storage. In addition to the powerful add-on, in addition to what we already have, we have also powerful add-ons such as a payment link, accounting software, timer, and a conflict check that will obviously additionally just boost yours and your team's productivity. That's less or more the main information I want you to think about when thinking about Matter. So the question you should ask yourself, do I want to utilize my Microsoft? Yes. Do I want something very simple? Yes. And do I want to avoid migrations and paying for additional licenses? Absolutely yes. And then if all three yeses you are very fit to be a Matter365 customer and to be happy with the product, actually, which is even more important.
Love it. Awesome. We've gone a little faster than I expected, honestly. So I'll just editorialize quickly and say, from my perspective, yeah, if you love the Office 365 environment, if that's something where you and your team work often and you like those tools and they're familiar to you, it seems to me like Matter365 is absolutely, at least, and you're, like, to your point, you're a small to medium-sized law firm. It seems to me like Matter365 is definitely at least something you should be taking a look at. Awesome. Dragana, how can listeners, viewers find out more? Where do you've obviously put it there in the corner of your background, but I'll let you go ahead and explain that. Yeah.
Yeah. You can visit us on our site. It's www.matter365.com. We do have all the information on our website. You also have email addresses that you can come to us directly. On top of that, we also offer 30 days free trial, which I think is extremely important because you do get to work within the real environment of Matter365 and try just to see if that works well for your team or not. After you use your trial, you actually can come back to us and say, hey, I want to continue or not, and then we take it over as well. from there. So our website or the email address for me, my email address is dragana@matter365.com. So you're also very happy to pop up in my inbox and ask me any additional questions you would have.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for your partnership. And we look forward to staying in touch.
It was a pleasure being here. Thank you very much, Dan. And I hope you invite me again so you can share some more information with our beloved lawyers.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of our special series on legal case management. If you are interested in exploring more legal case management options, head to gravity-legal.com/LCM, where we have several resources to help you select the right software for your firm.